Hi, this is Paula Jai. Welcome to Microsoft Ignite, and I'm here with Jeremy. How is it going?
It's going great. How are you?
All good. Thank you so much,
Good.
and thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Would you mind telling? I mean, everybody knows you obviously, but would you mind telling everyone amazing things do you do and so on?
Yeah. So I get to do a breadth of stuff in the company, but I'm responsible inside Azure Core for all our Azure management, Azure portal, Azure migration. These are all the things that are on my space.
That's a lot.
It's a little.
Do you like gadgets?
Love gadgets.
What kind of?
I love the little gadgets my kids wear around their.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I also have well, I can't talk about that gadget.
I want to know.
Yeah. No, they weren't. The little Fitbits and all that. Just pretty cool to see.
Okay, great. And what about like something that helps you within your everyday life?
Gadgets, everyday life.
Yeah.
I don't really like technology.
No?
No, I'm just kidding. I think the core of the latest gadget I've really been paying attention to myself, it sounds a little geeky, but it's actually how you monitor your heart.
Oh, really?
And so that's why I like the Fitbit and some of these other elements. But just the whole place that AI and artificial intelligence is taking these gadgets, how you monitor your body, it's pretty crazy.
Do you integrate them at home in Azure, with Azure?
No, I don't do that yet.
No?
Yeah.
I would expect it from you, I mean, since you do so many things with Azure, yeah?
Yeah. No. Yeah, for sure.
So how did you spend your summer?
So I spent my summer, a couple things. Clearly, work as we prepared for all of this, but I think, for fun, I'd say one of my favorite things this year was my two daughters and my wife and I, we went and hiked around Rainier for a couple days, and that was just incredible to be that close up on the mountain, and it was just awesome to be up there.
So do you take a tent, you take good hiking shoes and so on, and then you just go to the mountains?
Just spend the time on the mountain. That's
perfect.
Usually where I spend my time, is either on the mountain or on a boat chasing fish.
Do you like silence?
Love silence.
This is the way how you chill out and so on?
Yeah, it's just get to the quiet state.
So how do you find the silent places at Microsoft Ignite?
At Microsoft Ignite?
Yeah.
Where
are they?
Yeah. Oh, I'd give away my secret. But I actually had a good couple hours of just silence today behind one of my big sessions that I did. Later on, everyone was left in the back. We have those secret lounges sometimes in these spots, and so I just chilled out there the whole time for a good couple hours and focused on what I was on my next session.
That's a good tip.
So don't use it if I find people sneaking into these lounges.
I was like try to find silence in the speaker room, but for real, it's never silent.
No, the speaker room is just too full.
Everybody, like when you come in, everybody's like, "Hi, how are you doing? We haven't seen each other for like years." Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So you got to find those little cubby holes around.
Absolutely. Okay, so how are the sessions? How is everything going?
I think from our perspective on you got to think about my areas are primarily portal management as well as the migration. And those sessions have been going great. I think migration is top of everybody's mind right now. The 2008 end of support, both SQL and server are coming. So this has been just a big draw for a lot of the teams, and they've been spending the time with that. So the migration crews have been just excited, and the interest this morning. I had a session at 9, and it was all about migration. We had a whole panel of folks up that were could help with the best practices, and that was good. The other area is management, and that again, the management really centered around what we're doing with resiliency, what we're doing with monitoring, and then this new announcement around governance that's been a ton of energy around, and so we spent those sessions have just been packed. I mean, I had a couple thousand in mind, and then just the governance session just alone had another couple thousand. So clearly an interest as we're bringing that native governance into Azure.
Which sessions do you prefer more, like with your peers or when you're like speaking by yourself?
I like
They're different, yeah?
They're very, very different. I did one with my peers today. I did one earlier today. Love it. It's always good to be able to have the break.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of fun just to get up there for 70 minutes like we did at my 12:30 session and just grind it. I mean, you're there, you're interacting, it's all on you, and you get to get hands-on and demo the products that you're building. And that's sometimes fun and can be tough, but I love it. I like to be able to go in and show the product that we're doing.
Okay, so here's the tough question for you.
The tough question.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
How would you describe security of Azure?
How would I subscribe it? Awesome. It's from the security perspective, not to do a pitch on it, but look, you've seen it be in every one of the core sessions. The core infrastructure, all the way from the data center to the top of what we're doing in the top of the software stack, is just awesome. the amount of work that the security teams are doing. I spent a lot of time over the last couple of years back and forth with Israel. We got some amazing team members there that are putting just a ton of depth and thought into
I had a chance to meet them actually, and for the ATA and so on.
Yeah,
that was
they
great.
are just top notch. And so just the amount of talent we have around security and that we're able to bring to the customer is, I love it.
It has been a very popular subject within the past years, right?
Yeah. Well, it has to be. How can it not?
Absolutely, and lots of customers years ago, they were like concerned about security and so on, and now it's like so certain, right?
I actually see it almost flipping, where I've had multiple times where customers have called me, or I've even had a text come in the middle of a meeting from one of our customers we're working on and says, hey, I need you to call me. And we lit up the analytics for them just to bring all the logs from 30,000 machines in at one time.
That's great.
That doesn't happen on a Thursday or Friday night unless something's up.
Absolutely.
I often see now that we're seeing the cloud is actually an opportunity, and they're seeing it as a value add or even more advantageous than your own environment.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, change of the subject.
Changing subject.
What was your first job?
My first job.
When you were like young, and you're still young. I mean, of course.
Well, thank you. You know, I grew up on a farm, so lots of first jobs there. And I can remember as a little kid, might get a little, just kidding, walking through the fields. And I was my dad and my grandfather said I was too small to be out in the field to row all the weeds, the rye.
Okay.
But no one could tell me no. So I'd just walk around with it hitting me in my face. And it took all the skin off my chin, because if you ever walked through wheat, it just it's tough. But it kind of built character. So I can row rye was my first job.
And what about IT?
IT, so first job in the IT was actually in college.
Okay.
And I was one of the original crew at my university, and we plumbed brought everyone on to shared disk. And the reason I advocated the shared disk, which you'll like, is we had a virus called Anti-X.
Okay.
And that virus, it was my job to go understand how that virus is created and would spread across the labs.
That's very cool.
And so it was my job to disinfect and go work, and it was faster just to go to the file shares than have everyone packing with the floppy drives.
That sounds good.
So that's how we got to.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I was selling in a store when I was like 16. This was one of my first jobs.
Yeah.
So we always have this like interesting history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but IT was always out there,
Yeah.
and for you, I guess, as well, right?
Yeah, loved it.
Okay, great. So here's more questions to you.
More questions.
What are your hobbies? Like, what do you do in your free time?
Yeah.
Besides hiking, right?
Yeah, so free time's chasing my daughters. That's kind of the key of it. But my main one is, when it's mine, riding my mountain bike. I spend time hiking. We already talked about the fishing. That's pretty much my main thing.
After the interview, I need to ask you about the bike, because I do the same. Yeah.
Perfect.
Great. And it's like, how long do you work at Microsoft for now?
21 years.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I started as a kid.
That's a long time.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay, so this is like your whole life, pretty much, yes?
Yeah, I guess so.
Actually, here's the interesting thing for you. I wonder how you're going to react, because I was at the MVP Summit a couple of years ago at Microsoft, when with the security team we're having fun, and we're like, it's like afternoon, so weird, strange things are happening. We're leaving Commons, the building, and we're like almost going out from the building, and there is this corridor, and there's like a very, very long table with like people sitting in front of each other, like by the laptops, and doing like clicking, and there's like complete silence.
Okay.
And I'm like going out. I'm like, hey, I have to check it out. What is this? Right?
Was it
So I was like, what are they doing actually? Yeah. And then I'm like, step back, and then there's a sign, and it says C++ party. Do you find it funny, or it's real?
It's real.
This is how a C++ developer are having fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll find across campus we've got, you go through the cafeterias in the evenings, and you have people that are playing Wizards of all the different games that they're doing. I thought you were going to say, because we also do poker tournaments.
No, that was just like programming kind of like, or I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were like just talking to each other,
Gotcha.
But we all
that sounds
loved it.
like fun for our core coders.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for your time.
Anytime, thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for your time as well. From Microsoft Ignite, thank you.